Good morning, everybody. TGIF again already. Seems like just 5 minutes ago I was saying TGIF last week. Good morning. How are you, my friends? Good to see you this morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch. You know what's coming. Drink it if you got it. We're all magical bastards this morning. Revel in it. You may notice something different this morning. You may notice that I have elected to proudly display my bald head and my entire face for you this morning with no hat. Nothing covered, nothing hidden for any reason. Unashamed. And to celebrate that, take a second with me. Enjoy a few sips of your coffee. Sit back and relax. And listen to my new song, or some of it, that Grandma Barbara sent me last night. What a surprise.
Well, all right now, pull up a chair, grab yourself a steak, and welcome to the show. I'm just an old guy with a YouTube plan, trying to help folks be the best they can. Got a skillet hot and the stories flow when the carnivore rhythm starts to go. Ba-boom, ba-boom. Used to play the congas back in my day. Now I play them while the ribeyes sway. We laugh, we learn, we hang around while that carnivore groove lays down. Come on in, pull up a seat. Got good friends and plenty of meat. Life gets better bite by bite. Hang with us tonight, with the congas rolling and the stories told. Carnivore wisdom.
How great is that? And I'm not going to play the whole thing this morning, but I am going to use that as an alternating intro to my evening live streams during the 5-minute countdown. And thank you, Barb. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow. I hope you have some idea what things like that, gestures like that, absolutely mean to me. And wow, unbelievable. Well, good to see everybody here this morning. Question, Mitch, I prefer you without the hat. Peter says the hat covers your face and eyes much better this way. Well, maybe it is. That hat, as it does with so many of us, becomes part of our image. You very rarely see Kelsey without a hat. You never see Thomas without a hat. But maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I'm not really ashamed of I'm very proud of my bald head. In fact, if somebody offered me the chance to have a full head of hair again, I'd tell them no thank you. I remember those days of having to take care and comb it. My hair was totally and completely unmanageable and wavy. I had to Brill cream it down. It just always went, and the hair in the back of my head curled up always, you know, like the flying nun. I just, I was so happy when I didn't have to deal with it. And now, of course, now I've got this little fringy stuff, like my friend Walter here, like good old Walter, you know. I've got this hairline look, and I'm kind of proud of it. Kind of proud of it. Bald is beautiful. Bald is beautiful. We got 63 people so far, and the chat is a going. The chat is a going. Thomas says, no, if I don't wear my hat, my brains fall out. Oh, yeah. Well, I hope you all like my new song. Thanks again to Barbara. I appreciate it. I can't sit still to music like that. I'm a very accomplished air drummer. I go into that mode. I have the music. I got the music in me, as the song said. So first one in was Lori. How you doing, Lori? At 1:26 p.m. yesterday. Wow, YouTube kept the old chats up there. Didn't delete them. The QR code up in the corner, up there, is to my Amazon links page, where it's full of gadgets and things that I need to start directing people to, because some of those things are fabulous. They make my life easy. I didn't release my coffee video yesterday. It will be out tomorrow afternoon. I'm working really hard on it. And I think, for me, this video, whether it's real popular, gets a lot of views, I don't care. For me, this puts to rest the controversy of should I or should I not drink coffee for my health. Forget carnivore. Leave carnivore out of it. This is a bigger issue than that. And there's, like anything in politics or anything else, there's always opposing views that are vehemently adamant about their side. I know that for me, God knows how many times I've had my opinion changed and poo-pooed coffee and extolled the virtues of coffee, and caffeine is bad for you, caffeine is good for you. Well, there's a lot of new evidence and a lot of what I think are credible studies, and I've tried to present them in this video in a very credible way, and a protocol on how to do it. If you're going to do it right. Do it right. So I hope you look forward to that. It'll be out tomorrow, if I get it edited. But pretty sure I will. Sometime probably around noon tomorrow. I mean, spoiler alert, but you probably know which side of the argument I've actually come down on. I think you can probably get a little clue, if you really, really look close, about which side of the argument that I come down on. But I don't want to give it away. I wanted the suspense to be there. So, Lori, thank you so much for chiming in yesterday. And we had Michael, United Carnivores Silly. Sounds like the way that a ring announcer might. Michael, United Carnivores Silly. You that kind of thing. So, Michael Seeley, looking forward to seeing you all next week at the meetup next Friday, Friday the 13th. Lady June was here yesterday. How you doing, June? And 7 o'clock last night, Mark C. checked in. We had a great live stream last night. A lot of fun, really lively panel. A lot of good company and good cheer. And we spent a lot of time laughing. So thank you all for coming in. And those of you that are members, thank you for being there last night. And those of you that aren't members, I'm not going to give you a sales pitch. It's a great community within a community. So thank you all for coming. Humaira, hello to you. Are we in this morning yet? Yes, 6:30 a.m. Sandy Bly checked in. Thomas checked in. Have to go to work today, he says. I'm sorry to hear that, Thomas. Sorry to hear that. And Mike Seeley in Melbourne, who came over yesterday afternoon and smoked a cigar with me out on my back porch. And we had a very, very nice conversation about a wide range of things. And it was nice to have the company. Wayne Herman from Lake Gaston, North Carolina, good morning. And Rick, good morning from Miami, Florida. Lucy Work, hello everyone, Lucy says. Mary M is back this morning from Virginia Beach. And we have Barry Simon, good morning, Mitch and all. Friday, TGIF, Friday Mitch Fitz, good morning to you. Tammy Patark, Tammy, good morning, Yowl Mitch Fitz. Barry Simon says, what a challenge on kilts. I didn't watch kilts this morning, so I don't know what challenge you're talking about. Enough said. I will leave it at that. If you want to explain what the challenge was, or we'll talk about it when I see you next week. I have an idea what you might be talking about, but I didn't watch it. Good morning from snowy New Hampshire. And a little less snowy here. That was who I forgot to mention the name. Core Glover, how you doing? Good morning to you. And Target Prime Rib, Thomas has got the right idea. Hashtag OGC. Not like many people are searching for that, but why not? Why not? Why can't I have my own hashtag like Kilts does with KMT? So thank you, Thomas, for thinking about that. Mary M, warm enough to sit outside. Yes, the weather is definitely warming up here. I did get outside this morning. It started late about 6:30. I never got to enjoy the morning sun because I'm here. But I wanted to enjoy at least the last couple mornings, today and tomorrow, before we set the clocks again and lose an hour in the morning, and it won't even start to get light until after 7:30 in the morning. Half the day's gone by for me. And the advice that everybody gives us, they say, first thing you should do when you wake up in the morning is get out there and get morning sun, because that affects your circadian rhythm, and that's the way the cavemen did it, and that is crap, because how the hell am I supposed to get morning sun first thing in the morning when I get up at 4:30 and the sun doesn't come up for 3 hours? I can't stay in bed till 7:30. I couldn't if I tried. I'd have to stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning before I went to sleep in order to sleep to 7:30 in the morning and jump right out there in the sun first thing. So sometimes advice is great, although not real practical. Hey, good morning, CV. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. And Rick says it's Friday, and yes, it is. And here we go. What a surprise. The winner this morning Winners is Lambs and Robbie Autry. The two of them are like a photo finish every morning. Thank you, guys. You've won. You have it down to a science. Anthony is here. Good morning, Anthony. And Brian Dish, good morning. Good morning to you. Lady June is back this morning. Hi, June. How are you? How are you? Peter. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Peter. How you doing? Jerry Voiter says, where is your mask? Can I simply say, no comment? Will that suffice? Can you read my mind? Can you put the clues together? Can you understand when I said, I'm sorry, I didn't watch Kilts this morning? Do I have to explain it? And honest to God, I just didn't watch it. I have no idea what it was all about. I will tell you that just looking at the thumbnail and the title of the video was enough for me to predetermine there's absolutely nothing there that I think I need to hear. And I left it at that. And went and watched some stupid show instead on Paramount Plus. Honest to God. Honest to God. And that's the first time that ever happened to me with Kilts. Believe me. But I'm not really trying to portray any kind of a message with all that. Okay. What did Rick say? Rick said, good morning again. Well, you can't say good morning too many times, Rick. Good to see you. Mary M. Listen, guys, put QQQ in the chat. If you want to steer this to get my attention or steer this discussion, this morning coffee to any direction, one way or the other, Lori, is when I was playing the music, my new song. Isn't it great? Isn't it great? Oh, wow. What a surprise last night when I came in. And, oh, Chuck says, Super Tunes, I hear music. Yes, I was playing music. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you heard it. I'm glad it came through. Brenda McIntyre said, good morning. And Sean is here. Hiya, Sean. How are you? Good to see you. Lambs congratulated Robbie. Well played. I like that. I like that. Let's see. Melissa, how are you, Melissa? Good morning to you. And Donna Ray is your bacon runner. Don Shiger is here. How you doing, Don? Good to see you this morning. Aaron chimed in. Hello. Booby Goats. Terry is here with us. Terry P. Good morning, sir. I like that. And Mitch fans. And Rick says, in 1 week, I get to see my friend Mitch and friends in person. Yes, we do. Yes, we do, Rick. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. Ryan, this warmer weather is definitely coming. Daylight getting earlier, light before 7 a.m. Well, wait till next week. I'll take that. I'll take an hour back. Question, Mitch, I prefer you without the hat. Yes, Peter. I'll tell you what, it's certainly a lot more comfortable without the hat. So I'll do it without the hat now. You know, the nice thing about not wearing the hat is I don't need to have these stupid lights up over my monitor on, because if I have the hat, then the hat brim blocks all the light coming from the studio light on my face, and I have to put this light on. And when I put this light on, I can push this button up here, and these lights come on. And then it lights up my face more. But I don't need that. I don't need that. Let me turn the light off and you'll see the difference. See? I think that it puts some shadows on my face, gives my face a little more truer look of my age and the wrinkles and things like that. But I don't think it's too bad for somebody who's going to be 79 in 2 months. So I'm proud of it. And I like this. It's more comfortable without that light shining directly in my eyes. So maybe it's better I don't wear a hat. I'm not going to put out a poll. But not a bad idea. Terry B says that's a cool song and so fitting for you, Mitch. I think both the songs that Barbara did for me are incredibly fitting. I love this one. I really like this one. You've heard that before. Now we got the new song. I am actually going to load it into my mixer and give it a button so I can bring that up anytime with the push of a button like I did with that song I just played. There's just not enough music on carnivore videos. Sorry, just my opinion. Not enough music. Music enhances everything. Everything. More of us should play more music. I have to talk to Kiltsy about that. Get a theme song. You all know what my theme song is. That's my theme song. Don Imus had a theme song very similar to that kind of blues. And for decades on his morning radio show, you got used to hearing that theme song. So why can't good old Mitch have a theme song? Yes, who haven't I said hi to? Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Rick. Between Kiltz and Mitch, I start the day in a great mood. I think it's a great way to start the day. I keep toying with the idea of going back to doing this every morning again. Maybe not Sunday, but at least 5 mornings a week. But we'll see. I think my health is improving enough and I'm settling in. I've got the energy for it. I find myself sometimes on the mornings that I have off and wondering, what do I do now? So we'll see. We'll see. Let me know if you would like to see me 5 days a week in the morning with an occasional morning off as the demands on my time dictate. For example, if I have an appointment somewhere or I need to go shopping early in the morning, I might take a morning off. But tell me if you would be bored, whether you're suffering from old guy overload or you really enjoy this as part of kind of a daily routine and waking up. So many of us have a program we watch in the morning, a favorite newscaster, although I don't have too many of them these days. B. Matt, good morning, Brian. Happy Friday to you. Good to see you. And who is this? This is B. Matt says, Mitch Fitz. Yes. Yes. Robbie Audrey loves the song. Thank you, Robbie. Everybody loves the song. Great. And Rick says, I never wear a hat. Well, we see that, Rick, because one of the problems, I mean, if you wore a hat, like this, and you wore this hat, you would have to have handy at all times a rag, kind of like this, so that you could kind of wipe the grease and the tallow and whatever else you slick your hair down. You have to be able to wipe that out, and then you'd have to, degrease this rag once a day. So be a little cumbersome for you. For me, not a problem. I have nothing, no grease up there to get all over the hat. But I can see why it'd probably be a smart decision for you not to wear a hat. I joke, of course, Rick. I hope you're laughing. I can see you laughing. You laugh at everything I say. Maybe you think I'm funny. You think I'm funny, Rick? Do I amuse you? Do I amuse you, Rick? You remember that scene from Goodfellas where Joe Pesci... Yeah, that was a classic. That was a classic. Thomas said, if I don't wear a hat, my brains fall out. Mike really loves this song. Oh, how can you not love it? It's great. Maybe it's not your style. Maybe it's a little too old-fashioned 50s, which is, Barbara told me it's a song in the style of the 50s. But I'm a man in the style of the 50s. It's when I started to grow up. I started the 50s at 3 years old and ended the 50s at 13 years old. So that was basically my childhood. Oh, Lord, makes your hair manageable. I would guess. So does plaster, Rick. So does plaster of Paris. Super glue. All kinds of things you can stick up there to hold your hair down. Like I said, I'm glad I don't have that problem anymore. Loretta Nadab says, good morning, darlings. Have a fabulous day. As usual, Loretta, we will. You too. You too, my friend. CB says, I'm proud of my bald head too, but I can't always go back to hair though. Yeah, well, you shave your head. I think you probably have some hair up there if you didn't shave it. A lot of people shave their head. They discovered what I discovered, that trying to have a head of hair can be a pain in the ass. Just ask most women. Melissa loves this song. Robbie Autry, other country heard from. I look better without the hat, Mitch. Well, thank you. Thank you. Okay. We'll give the hat a little vacation for a while. I didn't wear the hat last night either on the live stream. It's just more comfortable for me this way. That hat, depending if it's warm in the house, can get a little warm. But if it's cool in the wintertime or cool outside, the hat is a blessing for me, because this bald head, as all bald guys will tell you, is like a radiator for your body. You have so much energy being used by your brain that you generate heat up there. And if you don't have a hat in cold weather, you lose all that body heat like you would from a radiator. It cools you down and you start to feel more cold. That's why I wear, in the coldest part of the winter, I usually see me in that knit cap. I can pull it down over my ears. Just putting a hat on the top of your head makes your whole body feel warm. There are, on cold nights when it got down to the point where you just cold, so you really huddling under the covers. I wear that knit hat to bed, because no matter how much I cover myself up, my radiator is staying out in the cold and I just get cold. So, but not now. It's starting to become like summertime now. Jerry Voiter says, great job, Barbara. I didn't know if Barbara's in the chat or not this morning. Grandma's Crochet Corner, I don't see her, but I hope she'll get the message about how great and grateful I am for her efforts, because it's quite an effort to produce. You got to write all those lyrics. You got to find the appropriate music. You got to, God knows how many times you have to do it till it comes out the way you want it. Then she creates cover art. She creates cover art for it, and she's got that song on her channel. She releases these things on her channel, so if you want to hear it, for some reason, go give it a view over on Barbara's channel, Grandma's Crochet Corner. But I'll be playing it, alternating it with my other song, on the intros to my 3 evening live streams a week. And I'll be back tomorrow night, Saturday night, for Saturday Night Live. And we'll open with that new song tomorrow night. So hope you enjoy it. I do. Danny in Boston's here. Hiya, Danny. How are you? And I'm all the way up to 7:06 in the chat, so I'm really behind. Peter says, I usually only wear a baseball hat when I walk my dog or go shopping in the grocery store. Yeah. Just don't wear your hat backwards, please. That's something I don't want to be a stick in the mud, but that's one of those things like yelling, get off my lawn. You know, I see somebody with the hat on backwards, I yell, your hat's on backwards, turn it around. What are you trying to prove? All you're going to do is get a sunburn mark right there in your head where that band goes across from the back of the hat. Hats are supposed to shield your eyes. You want to shield the back of your neck? Get a Sherlock Holmes cap that has 2 brims on it then. Fashion. It's like kids with their pants pulled down so their underwear shows. Where do we get this crap? I don't understand it. It's a sign I'm getting old and grumpy, cranky. Lewis, good morning, Lewis. How are you? And here's somebody I don't recognize. Happy to be loved by Becky Lee. Holy cow. What a channel. What a name. I envy you. Good morning to you and welcome. Glad you found us here. Glad you found us. And Rough Carnivore's here. How you doing, my friend? Good morning, Mr. Mitch and everyone. Whatever Mitch is doing, it seems to be working. Yeah, marvels even me, Rick. It marvels even me. And Robbie compliments Barbara. Thank you. And Rick says, if I made it to 68, I want to be like Mitch. 68? How about 78, Rick? You don't quit at 68. You got a lot of years left in you. You're likely to live. I hate to be the one to inform you, but I doubt that your lifestyle is going to give you that much anticipated heart attack anytime in the future. So I think the evidence may be in. Lady Jesus, it would be a brave man to get between me and my morning coffee. Well, you'll be happy to know after you watch my video on Saturday that you, again, spoiler alert, that the things I'm going to tell you, I want you to go research all this. I'm going to give you the receipts. There's 3 different videos where I got information that I've checked out and I think makes a lot of common sense. And based on my observations and the anecdotal evidence, and some of the strongest anecdotal evidence is that wherever you go into these small town coffee shops, everybody's drinking coffee in the morning, and half of them are ancient. They're 90, 100 years old. If it's so bad for you, how the hell can these people live so long, be so thin, poisoning themselves supposedly every day? And I think we actually overdo this. That's not carnivore. It comes from a plant. You know, so you soak a bean in water. You're not eating plants. You're not getting sugar from the plants. You're not getting fiber from a coffee bean. You only get a few chemicals, and everybody should know by now that there are plant chemicals that are made that make up some of our both greatest medicines and also our strongest poisons. And if you know how to differentiate the poisons from the medicines, you can take advantage of these medicines. And I think that what comes from coffee is mostly beneficial, and that we have techniques, like in the preparation of most plants, we have learned how to detoxify and avoid those compounds that are not healthy. And I think we have learned enough now about coffee to prepare it in the proper way and minimize or eliminate those harmful compounds so that we can benefit from the good stuff. And I'm not giving it all away, but I think when you watch this video and you check these references out for yourself, don't just take my word for it, because I'm kind of fickle. I've changed my mind 15, 20, 30 times already on coffee, and this may be the current opinion, but it may not be the last, because I always stay open to new evidence, new studies that I deem to be credible studies, not bullshit propaganda studies, which most of them are, and reserve the right to change my mind again. And I promise you that if I change my mind, or if I find out something that contradicts something that I talked about in a previous video, I will come right on here and say, because there's no pride involved in it. There's only truth involved in it. I will say, never mind. I used to think this until I found out that. And even then, that may not be the final word, because who among us actually has the final word on anything? Especially in this day and time, with the amount of information being thrown out there willy-nilly, this way and that. How do you know what is true? You can't believe your own eyes anymore with these AI-generated videos. Wow, wow, wow. Thomas is leaving for work. See you, Thomas. Take care. And I better get moving through this. And Sandy says the two mics seem like great guys. They are, both of them, father and son. And it's just nice to have Mike Sealy Sr. living so close that he can come over to my house so we can sit out on that back porch of mine, smoke a cigar together, and have an intelligent conversation, something I find harder and harder to find out there in this world. Who is this? Don't recognize this. 022141 Abel. Well, good morning to you, 022141. Is that a zip code? No, I don't think so. Maybe. Good morning from Michigan. Good morning and welcome. Good to see you. Tell me, Peter, yes, Rick's going to outlive us all. Oh, yeah. Yeah. What's the lifespan of an iguana, by the way? And what's the lifespan of an iguana within 30 feet of Rick? Burning questions this morning. And we have Francine Bourgeois from Montreal. Good morning. Good morning, dear. How are you? Hi, Mitch. What a great music. Barbara is such a great talent. It's unbelievable. And I don't know if people recognize the amount of talent and what a lyricist she is. All these songs. I love my songs, but the one that really gets me laughing my ass off is Rick's song. Rick don't eat no duck food or whatever. Yeah, that is without a doubt the funniest thing I've ever heard from her. I love it. I love Rick. You should be proud, and you should play it a lot. You should play it all the time. We don't laugh enough. We don't laugh. You can't be angry. You can't be upset when you are laughing. Laughter is, the cliches just ring out. Laughter is the best medicine. There's so much out there to upset you everywhere you turn. Somebody's trying to steal from you. Some fraudster is trying to take your identity. Some advertisement is trying to sell you some highly profitable, destructive thing. Everybody in this world is living by the law of the jungle today, which I understand, because that is really the only law that matters. Kill or be killed. Survive. And even though we try to be civilized, we still revert back to that. And that's our heritage. It took a lot to survive in all of our ancestors and even the species that came before us. And I was talking to Mike about this yesterday. And this is good food for thought, because I think a lot about this stuff. It makes me weird, but I think about it. Think about your parents, your grandparents, their parents before them, and their parents before them, and their parents before them, and now we're back into the 1800s, and keep going, and their parents, and their parents, and their parents, and their parents, and then so on, so on, so on. And go back 40,000 generations. Can you conceive of that? That will take us back to 2 million years ago. In the last 2 million years, there have been 40,000 human generations. 40,000 times that if those particular two individuals hadn't met and reproduced, it would have broken the chain of your ancestry and you would not be here today. Can you just grasp that fact? The previous 40,000 versions of your grandparents and great-grandparents had anything, any insignificant little thing in their lives, kept them from running into each other, deciding that they were going to mate. If any one of those 40,000 grandparents that you had lived their life just one instant differently, you would not be here. Because you are the sum total of the combination of all the genetics from all of your ancestors, and there have been 40,000 of them over the past 2 million years. That's fact. That's undeniable truth. It boggles the mind. It boggles the mind. And I think about things like that, about the odds. What are the odds that I'm here today exactly like I am? And the reason that we're here is because each and every one of those sets of our great-grandparents survived in hostile odds. And usually they survived because they were the victors in the battles. They were the survivors of the fight. They were the people that were not killed by the bad guys. They were more than likely, in terms of our morality, the bad guys. The bad guys survived. The killers survived. Not the predators survived. The thieves survived. Whatever it took, that's the law of the jungle. The lions that survive today are the descendants of the strongest, most fierce killers, because the animals that were killed didn't live long enough to reproduce, and it was the end of the chain of their ancestry. So here we are today, and this is such an important point that people don't think about, because I wonder, why do humans behave so badly? Why are we so predatory? No matter how much we try to be civilized and kind, why do we find it so difficult? Why are we prejudiced? Why are we judgmental? That's because those were the traits that every one of our ancestors, no matter how far back you go, had to have, or we simply would not be there. So inside our genetics and epigenetics, unfortunately, is all the programming for the worst behavior possible, the behavior necessary to survive in a hostile environment. That is a truth. You don't hear it talked about. We talk about kindness and compassion. The kind and the compassionate in our past never made it. They became victims very easily. It was the predators and the killers and those organisms and animals and eventually humans that did what it took to survive, which usually meant killing, either for protection or food, against the other guy who was trying to kill you and steal you food. And every generation further refines those skills. And we're the ultimate conclusion of those 40,000 generations of our ancestors over the past 2 million years. And we do have the programming to survive. And that's why survival is one of the strongest instincts, right along with reproduction, that human beings have. You have to understand that, and that process and what all those generations went through. It, of course, necessitates that you believe in evolution. And so many people don't, and I don't want to change their minds. I just try to believe in reality, and what I think is reality. Don't hate me if that doesn't agree with what you think happened. Enough on that subject. So anyway, a little detour, a little side lecture about what I think is reality, the reason we behave the way we do, the reason things are the way they are. It's the same exact thing I wrote in my book, Taming the Beast Within, 25 years ago. Most of you know about my stupid little book, which I don't try to sell, but yet I'm so proud of, and most people don't get it when they read it. This is my book, Taming the Beast Within. And if you look closely at the cover, it's dark, but you will see under the E in beast, you see a little starburst pattern of light. That is the eye of the gorilla. That's the beast, basically, or the most recent beast that's in our programming. It's not a very big book, but it's a strange book. People who are in my private community can download a PDF copy of that book for free. I can't give you too much, but I can give you that. I've had a couple of people buy them on Amazon. I occasionally get some comments on them. Don't make any money on it, but I'm so proud. And in 25 years since I wrote that book, I haven't changed my mind on anything. In fact, I further reinforced all the stuff I believed back then. Because I was 55 years old when I wrote that book, and at 55 I had pretty well already assembled what I thought was a big picture view of reality, and nothing's changed except the diet advice. And I talk about diet in there, and it was basically a low-carb type advice back then, but it's evolved quite a bit. Certainly, we learn new things about diet every day. I got to get through this here. Let me start looking for questions. Everybody's complimenting me on how beautiful I am without the hat. Well, thank you. And Peter says, I watched the entire Kilt show. I found it to be quite interesting. Actually, just shows how many different interpretations and beliefs there are with religion. I'm very open-minded, actually. Yes. And I unfortunately, Peter, I hate to say this, but I do speak my own truth. At least that way I don't feel like a hypocrite. I'm not open-minded at all about religion. I'm not religious. I try to stay away from it. It's too destructive, too much conflict, too much pain, too much war, too much deception. Which religion? There's 6,000 of them now, I think. It brings out the worst in human beings. I think it's the most destructive single force that we humans ever invented. That's my theory. That's what I believe. Nobody can change my mind. Nobody could ever change my mind ever again. And that's why I don't want to convert anybody. I don't want to be a missionary. I don't want to convince you that my way is better than your way. If you don't give up your way and do my way, bad things are going to happen to you. I don't want to threaten you. I think it's just all one story after another, invented by somebody after another with an agenda to control. That's just how I feel. When I see religion in the title of any video, I will not watch it. Don't care, don't want to know, don't want to hear your propaganda. I don't want you to change your mind. I want to say, feel free to do whatever you want. It's a free world. Believe what you want. Leave me out of it, please. I don't know if I'm right, wrong, or you're right or wrong, but I don't care. I know what I believe. I'm not going to lie about my beliefs. I'm not going to use your beliefs to try to sell you something, even though I don't believe it. My name is not Tammy Faye Baker or Billy Graham. Sorry. I'm not going to try to deceive you because I want to capitalize on the fact that you believe this, and I'm going to use that, your belief, to try to sell you something. Sorry. Or control you. Or get you to give me money. Or get you to fight on my behalf with somebody who believes something a little different than you do. And use it as a wedge, which is what we do. And that's politics. That's not religion. And as far as I'm concerned, I have as much disdain for the attitudes of religion as I do for the attitudes of politics. I'm sorry. I know it's a little firm. I know a lot of people hate me for those views. Think I'm a heathen and I'm going to burn in hell. You're entitled to think what you want to think. I'm way beyond taking any of it seriously anymore. I spent my entire life studying the origins of religion. I've read all the different Bibles. I've tried to find out where it all came from. Who was the first one that thought it up? Where did this story originate? And I've got a better grasp of that now than I think any, with few exceptions, any other human being on the planet. I can tell you, although it would insult you and you'd hate me for it, exactly where every covenant of religion originated and for what reason. I've taken a lifetime to make sure I'm not missing some big thing. So if the reality is there is a heaven and hell, then I'm not going to suffer for eternity. And I'm totally convinced that when I'm dead, I'm dead. And like Kilt said, I'm going to become fertilizer. And the best thing I can do for the future is become the best fertilizer that I can. Because we all, in the end, become food for some other kind of life. That's reality. And I live in reality. No deception. No delusions. People can't accept that. People get too much comfort from their delusions. I'm going off into an area where I hate to go off, but that's what happens to me when I see the thumbnail like I saw on Kiltsy's show this morning. I take it as a personal insult and affront to my intelligence. Why would I want to watch it or listen to it, Peter? Why would you? Why would you? Because you're a kind person that allows other people to believe what they want? Well, I am too. I just don't need to waste an hour of my time sitting through listening to it. Sorry. That's my decision. I'm not telling you not to watch it. I don't ever tell anybody what to do. What is this? What day in May? Oh, Larry Simon, 7th of May. 7th of May. My mother used to tell me, that's my birthday. That's my 79th birthday. My mother used to tell me that in 1947, when I was born, there was a billboard campaign in the city of Philadelphia. It started in the spring of 1947. And all it was a billboard that said, "Remember the day, the 7th of May." Nobody had a clue what that meant. But it was a big billboard campaign, and it was all over the city of Philadelphia. My mother was pregnant at the time with me. And she told me this story when I was old enough to understand it. Remember the day, that she used to say to me, yeah, they knew you were coming, Mitch. They had billboards that said, remember the day, the 7th of May. And when they finally exposed what the campaign was about, of all things, it was from the Bulova Watch Company, and it was a day when they introduced some kind of revolutionary self-winding watch or some technological miracle, and that's what the billboards were about. But they didn't know that until right at the 7th of May when I came along. So that's my legacy. Everybody in Philadelphia was curious about and highly anticipating my birth, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Even though Bulova Watches kind of took all the glory out of it on the 7th of May. That's a funny story, I think. But it's true. It's true. Wow, where did the time go, my friend? I'm ranting and raving today, and we're still back half an hour ago where I was talking about Don Imus. Yeah, I still like Don Imus. He was another no-nonsense guy. I didn't like everything about him. A lot of people really hated him, but he was a no bullshit kind of a guy. And I like to think, if whether people like me or hate me, I like to think that there's no bullshit here. I don't put on any act or face. What you see is what you get, and if you don't like what you see, go don't watch. I don't care what you do. I really don't. Not at my age. Maybe one day, maybe long ago I did care, but we should grow out of that kind of thing. It's not too bad, says Old Roadie. I don't know what that meant. We were talking about something evidently back then. I'm still looking for some questions. I want to race through this before the stream ends and try to make sure I don't miss any of the QQQs, if nothing else. Cork Flavors, how do you make 1 cup of coffee last the entire show? Coffee warmer. I have a coffee warmer. It's on my Amazon page. Link up there. There it is. Link up there. They're cheap. Francine Bourgeois basically bought it for me, gave me a super chat, said, buy yourself a coffee warmer. I said, okay. And I bought a coffee warmer, and it's the greatest single thing I have. I have it set to 145 degrees. The cup sits on it, and it stays hot throughout the entire stream. One of the world's great inventions for a coffee drinker. And it makes doing my live stream just that much more pleasant, because I've always got a coffee, as Little Red Riding Hood says, where the temperature is just right. Just right. Not too hot, not too cold. Just right. And you can set the temperature. And I found that 145 degrees, perfect. Perfect. Any hotter than that, get the blow on it. Any cooler than that, it's lukewarm coffee. Rich's my head is large cooled. I love the fact that most of the people in this community have dark and twisted senses of humor. I love that. And again, I say, I can get serious, but I would much rather be laughing and happy and playing air drums. Amy is here. Good morning, Amy. Enjoyed seeing you last night. She says, Lori, almost done with your Avenger. Speaking of Avengers, Barry Simon sent me another AI video this morning about Rant Man, which I haven't downloaded it so I can show it to you on the computer here, but I did see it on my cell phone this morning. It's a friggin' riot. He's got another superhero in there called Carb Man, and Rant Man is going after Carb Man. We live in a cartoon world. We live in a cartoon world. You know what's really sad, though? Some people actually think those characters actually exist. That there's such a thing as a real Iron Man or Superman, and that Marvel is real, and Star Trek is real, and that there's a spaceship up there somewhere, and it's a government conspiracy trying to hide the fact that there really is a Starship Enterprise. And people really believe that stuff. And that's the scary thing about human beings. There's not a fantasy too ridiculous that you can't get somebody to truly believe. Boggles the mind. Boggles the mind. Gullibility. Probably the root cause of most of our problems. And Peter wants to know how much will it cost Rick to buy a set of 4 tires. Is that an offer, Peter, that you may want to gift Rick 4 tires for his truck? Be careful. I wish I had time every morning to stop and read and respond to everyone. And I think Rick is one of the few people, because I see him on Saturday morning. He tries to address every chat entry, and you just get overwhelmed. And I don't want to have to end up sitting there for 5 hours until everybody gets tired and goes away and stops chatting. So I try to race through it. But Rick, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? And I'm happy that I can still at least skim through the whole chat every morning. I can't really do too much when I have a panel because we're busy dealing with the panel and the conversation that's going on. But this is not a huge live, 116 people. So this is about the limit, because this is a chatty community. This is about the limit of what you can manage in an hour live stream, where you can at least Rick says, Butter Bob posted another short with Mitch. Oh, I'll have to go look for that. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, Bob, hope I didn't piss anybody off with my little religion talk this morning. It's not my intention. I'll reiterate. The last thing I want in the world, that I'm doing in the world, is burst your bubble, take your heaven away from you. Take your comfort. I envy people who are religious and truly believe it. I envy them the comfort that they get from their religion. But in order to get that comfort, you have to believe, and I don't want you not to believe if you do. I only want you to stop trying to make me believe what you believe. That's where I have a problem with it. And stop sending people to kill me because I don't want to believe what you believe. And as a Jewish man whose entire family was wiped out by Hitler in the Second World War and died in ovens in concentration camps, killed by people who couldn't stand the fact that they existed, I kind of take it personally. when I hear some Iranian say, death to the Jews. You know, I mean, I'm sorry, I can't help it. And you would feel the same way if somebody was in your face every day going, death to whatever your religion is. So allow me to the dignity of not agreeing with that. But I don't care what you believe. Honestly, I probably believe a few things that are unreasonable and maybe even not true. Maybe I believe it because I just want to. See, here I get a comment here. It says, wow, what a sad way of thinking, Mitch. I hope the Lord touches your heart soon. It's that kind of comment that I don't want to hear. It's that kind of comment that tells me that you think you're right and you think I'm wrong and you feel sorry for me because I don't buy into your bullshit. And you think you're being kind to me with a comment like that. Wow, 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 wow. Sorry, guys. Sorry. You don't get it. You don't understand. You never will. You don't belong here. You don't need my message. I don't need your pity. Honest. Wow, and I'm sorry if I get a little firm about that. I try to be clear about it. And I'm probably alienating a lot of people with that attitude, but I don't want to be there with you. I'm not that gullible anymore. Sorry. And I may be wrong, but that's on me. And the last thing I want is anybody's pity. I don't want people to feel sorry for me. Because it's absurd. Absurd. Thank you, Cordelia. I stand with Mitch. Yeah, not all of us are religious. Not all of us. In fact, there's more people in this country now that are secular than religious, that don't believe that stuff, but we're swamped by it. We're overwhelmed by it. They hate us because we don't believe what they believe. Most of these people don't even know what they believe. They got so many different versions of it. And they all want to kill each other. Can't we stop that finally? Every war. Look at what we're going through right now because of Iran and the theocracy, a religious dictatorship. The people of Iran may be Muslims, but they want those monsters gone. Why does it always have to be about religious differences? Why can't everybody who's religious see the damage that the people who control these religions, who are tyrants in most cases, can't see the damage that they do? And if you don't think I truly believe that, then this passion that I'm showing this morning is just acting, and I'm not that good an actor. That's one thing about me. You can tell exactly how I feel. I'm not putting on anything. If I'm upset, I'll let you know. If I'm happy, I'll be laughing. But I cannot be happy. Not with my life. Not with my life being a member of the single most hated religion that has ever existed on the planet Earth, being Jewish, a religion that was around long before most of you and your stories, and blamed for everything that's ever happened in this world that's bad. The most hated, chased, and slaughtered group of people on the planet Earth, and yet, when it comes to United States government, I can't become a minority, say, well, I want protected minority status and affirmative action because I'm Jewish. That doesn't fly. And I'm white on top of everything. So I'm a member of the most hated class of people on this planet. I'm a man, I'm white, and I'm Jewish, and yet I get no consideration for that, like everybody else who claims to be a minority. It ain't right. Reparations? How about reparations for me? You killed all my relatives. Is that enough? You enslaved us since 6,000 years ago. How come we're not complaining that we were slaves? We were the first slaves. God, the human race makes me nuts. And I got a group of 100 people here who obviously says, oh, Mitch, you might be onto something there, my friend. So I keep coming back here. But if I had to sit and listen to all of the religious crap every day on this, I would be gone. You would wonder, whatever happened to Mitch? I couldn't do it. Thankfully, I don't get very much of it. I try to avoid the subject, but the subject was brought up by Kilt's show this morning. Sorry, I tried to avoid it. I tried not to tell you what I thought. I basically tried to say, no comment. I didn't watch it, but the topic kept coming up, and eventually the truth, how I feel, had to come out. And I think a lot of you like to hear me rant. Maybe some of you actually hear some reality in the things that I say. And maybe if I do nothing more than inject a little bit of what I think is real, maybe I've helped somewhere. Maybe. Yeah, Mary M. says, new people should watch a few live streams from Mitch before they started. Well, you see, these people are missionaries, Mary. They're missionaries. That's what they've been taught. They're trying to ingratiate themselves with God by spreading His word. They knock on your door with pamphlets. They're constantly trying to recruit you because they think that that's what the Lord wants them to do. And they go in places where they don't know anything about even the place they're going into, and they start recruiting. And they want to appear so compassionate. I feel so sorry for you, Mitch. You're so unenlightened. Hell is a terrible place. And I love you so much that I want to see you go to heaven, not hell. I want to see you become saved. I have had a lifetime of these horrible, misled people coming after me with either guns or pamphlets. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. If they're not trying to steal my money for some other reason. But I'm a glorious bastard, or a magical bastard. And that I believe more in that of Snoopy with a unicorn horn than I believe any of this other stuff. So I have a religion. It's not Jewish. That's not my religion. Jewish is my heritage. Jewish is my country. Jewish is my ancestry. Just like you might be English or Irish or Italian. I'm Jewish. That's my country. It's where my people come from. My religion is one I invented for myself. Realism. It ends with ism. Realism is my religion. If it couldn't have happened, if it somehow involved anything mystical or magical to explain how it came to be, it's not real. It's a story. It's a story. It's a propaganda. And we sure know about propaganda today and the reasons why people use it to make money, control, and get their way. Well, the granddaddy of all propaganda in my mind, and I've studied it and I've learned where it came from, is what is done under the name of religion. Nobody's ever going to see that. It's too firmly entrenched, just like the diet advice. Only the religion stuff has been entrenched for thousands of years. The diet advice, look at the damage that's done in 100 years. Imagine how much propaganda was involved in bringing all this religious thought into our culture. But that's just me. I'm in pretty good company, though, however, of some brilliant men. The greatest minds of our time have also weighed in on religion. And one of the greatest minds of our time that did that, in my estimation, was George Carlin. Just watch George Carlin stuff. If you want to know how I feel about it. And this is true. Rocket Amy says, I'm Christian, but you defend me. Live and let live. Absolutely. And the day I start trying to tell you that you're wrong because you're a Christian and you need to become a Jew, you could hate me too. I would never do that to anybody. Ever ask anybody to abandon their religion or their beliefs. I only want to say, leave me out of it. Please allow me the dignity of believing what I want to believe. That's the essence of freedom. You want everybody else to let you be free. For God's sakes, let me be free too. That's what I ask. This is not the first time I've gotten this passionate about the subject. And every time I do, I lose subscribers. And that's okay, because if you don't think I have anything valuable to offer you in wisdom or insight, go away. This is not the place for you. Just like going into somebody else's church on Sunday morning and charging the stage and starting to give a lecture to these people about how they need to abandon their religion is not my place. And I don't do that. And I don't go into live streams and make comments to people that tell them how to live or what they should believe. That is the horrible, horrible human behavior. Insulting and inconsiderate. And you disguise it as well-meaning. I care so much about you. Double-barreled middle finger to all of you that think I need to believe what you believe or I'm doomed. Go away. But if you believe what you believe and it enriches your life, more power to you. I envy you, like I said, the ability to get comfort from it. Thanks, Peter. I love when Mitch goes in one of those rants. You're going to, if nothing else from me, I don't have a big audience, but what you're going to get is the truth. Is the truth about how I feel. There's no deception here. I try to tell you why, but I don't want to insult you. I want you to just don't insult me. It's that simple. Golden rule. Golden rule. I won't try to convert you to anything. I don't even try to convert people to carnivore. I don't care what you eat. I don't care if you're big and fat. I don't care if you get sick. I don't care if you die. I don't care if you lose your mind and end up drooling in a nursing home. Who cares? Why would I care? Why would you care? Unless it's somebody that you love and is your family or a close friend. This business about having to care for strangers,
That's such a thoughtful question, Mitch.
Oh, I got a AI event. So shut up,
In the traditional sense.
Alexa.
But I do feel like
Alexa, stop. Thank you. Alexa's telling me, even my damn devices want to give me advice. Wow, 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 wow. All right, I'll stop. Because I don't want to hear from her anymore either. God, this AI is going to be the death of all of us.
I'm not sure what you're trying to tell
Will
me.
you please stop it?
Help.
Stop it. Alexa, stop. Shut up. Cancel. Thank you. I got to get rid of these devices in my house. I put them in because it would be handy to be able to tell them to turn the lights on. Now, they want to give me advice. If I happen to overhear me say something, they even give me advice when they overhear the TV. It's nuts. It's nuts. This AI is just another form of ways to get messages to us to either sell us something or control us in some way or another. And if you understand AI and where all this advice comes from and the databases that they use to teach the AI, you realize it's half wrong anyway. So just because it's AI doesn't mean it's right. Just like Google, same stuff. Well, anyway, I'm never going to get done here. It's 8:21. I've been ranting on and on for a Friday. I did get to the bottom of the chat. Robbie Hunter says, I love rant, man. I hope that if nothing else, you guys appreciate just honesty. Whether I'm right or wrong, I don't know 100% for sure on any of this stuff. Because I understand how the brain works. Is that 6-foot-tall white rabbit that stands next to me all the time real? Or is it a construct of my brain? Or is it a dream, maybe? Is this whole illusion of reality and life just like Matrix? Is it a simulation in some greater organism? Is our entire universe just a single atom in some bigger thing? Is quantum physics real? Is quantum entanglement actually a thing? The greatest minds in history are still struggling with that. So you really can't be 100% sure about anything. You can make your best guess based on the information that you've, most importantly, determined to be as close to believable and making sense that you can. And then aggregate all of this information and see if patterns and big pictures develop. And then as you acquire more and more information, you add it to your pool of knowledge, and see if it either fits in or contradicts something that you previously had thought was real. You then have to say, well, now I have a situation which is real. What I used to believe or what I just found out. And then you have to go through quite a process, and that's how I've lived my entire life, with that kind of thinking. And the older I get, the more I learn, the more I find it fits in with a realistic big picture, then the more I believe it. But I never let go of the possibility that it's all an illusion and I could be wrong about everything. And that maybe I am strapped in a pod somewhere with tubes coming out of my body and part of a matrix. Because after all, when we look out of our eyes and open our ears, and we see a world out there, that world is built and assembled and constructed in our brains, and is basically just patterns of electrical signals, and the reality that we see is a construct, is an illusion. It is built by our brains, just like hallucinations and dreams. Can we, any of us, be 100% sure that we're not wrong about all of it? So it's healthy to keep an open mind. And I'm going to end it right there because I could go on for days talking like this. This is my favorite stuff to talk about. The wonders of life, the wonders of the machine that we call a human body. The most fascinating thing that I would rather talk about than sports or fashion or movies or any of that other stuff. Superficial crap that means nothing. The meaning and how it happened of the existence of everything that we see that's real, and how we're abusing the privilege of living in it and screwing it up on a daily basis. Thanks for listening, everybody. I think we've gone on long enough. A little happy music to end the day. Hope you enjoyed this, and I hope I didn't offend too many of you or alienate too many of you. I still got a little bit of coffee left. This is, of course, a big cup, and this cup had creatine in it. Part of my new morning regimen, which is working out great, by the way. Just great. Watch the video. Coming out tomorrow. Hopefully, if I get it done today. Thank you, as always, says Lori. I prefer Rant Man Mitch. Says Miriam. Rant Man Mitch. Yeah, thanks, Mitch. Enjoyed the rant. Have a great day, all. Lady June, bye, all. Danny in Boston, happy day, all. Bacon Runner, Donna Ray. See you later. Lori is dancing and singing. Yes, 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 yes. Rick says thanks and see you tomorrow. I'll see you in the morning, Rick. Retired Rick says goodbye. Saturday Night Live tomorrow night. I have a panel. No ranting. Every once in a while, I just have to get that out of my system, and I am triggered by the so-called people that feel sorry for me because I haven't accepted God and Jesus as my personal Savior, and they just want to help. Want to help. I have no idea what they're really doing and how much they are offending so many people. But I don't want to change you because I love you. And on that note, my friends, I'm going to put a smile on my face. That was very cleansing for me. No, really. That was just letting that stuff out. And if you ever want to know if I'm... all I can say is have a talk with Mike Seeley Sr., and he'll tell you how I really feel about a lot of things, which I'm not going to be saying on these things. But when I get together one-on-one with somebody I know is kind of on the same page as me, I really let go sometimes. And it feels good. It feels good. So I feel great. I feel great this morning. I'm not angry. I'm just passionate. And with that being said, my friends, thank you so much for listening. Thanks for hanging in there with me for the whole thing. I will see you tomorrow night on Saturday Night Live. And until then, absolutely take the rest of the day off and eat meat.